Present.
Mr. Nicholas?
Here.
Mr. Bontempo?
Here.
Mr. Catali?
Here.
Dr. Pascucci?
Here.
Mayor, you have a quorum.
Thank you.
Where's Mr. Bontempo?
He's on cell phone.
Okay.
Invisible man. So we have approval of minutes.
Approval of minutes for the April 23rd executive and public sessions.
Motion.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Bontempo?
Here.
Mr. Catali?
Yes.
Mr. Nicholas?
Yes.
Dr. Pascucci?
Yes.
Mayor Hines?
Yes. Consent agenda.
Consent agenda resolutions 2019-193 to 2019-206.
Motion.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Bontempo?
Here.
Mr. Catali?
Yes.
Mr. Nicholas?
Yes.
Dr. Pascucci?
Yes.
Mayor Hines?
Yes.
Resolutions have been passed. Is number 7?
Number 7 is the ABC license renewal approval resolutions.
It's resolutions 2019-207 to 2019-214.
And if I could just note for the record, 214 is an additional resolution which addresses JAG Holding Company, Remington's, which came through and obtained their TCO and as required by the OAL settlement that they entered into, which made them eligible for renewal for 2019-2020. So that was added to the agenda today on the advice of the liquor license attorney that's handling that matter.
I will publicly say that I saw at least 25 trucks today, so I'm hopeful that means that they were tiling.
Is it open this week?
0 chance. Grand opening 23, as in 2023. Introduce.
Did we get a motion on that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I need a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Second. Roll call.
Mr. Bontempo?
This is a motion for the hospitality, your license, correct?
This is all the liquor licenses, Committeeman Bontempo?
Correct, yes.
Mr. Catali?
Yes.
Mr. Nicholas?
Yes.
Dr. Pascucci?
Yes.
Mayor Hines?
Yes. Introduction of ordinance 8. When do you want to read that?
Yes. We have an ordinance 2019-06. It's ordinance amending section 2-5 of the revised general ordinances of the Township of Holmdel titled Township Administrator.
Make a motion to move that ordinance?
Which one was that? The
The 2019-06, amending the section 2-5 for the Township Administrator.
okay. I like this resolution, this ordinance. I just have a question. Hold on, I just gotta pull it up here. Okay. I like this resolution, this ordinance, but I just have a question for Mr. Collins. Does this include all elected officials?
That's the intention of it, yeah.
So all, like including Board of Ed members, everybody, municipal, state, federal, all elected officials? I mean, I don't have a problem with it.
It's certainly written that way, and the preamble says that it covers all elected officials. I think the section B covers everyone you just mentioned. Municipal elected office is intended to cover Board of Education, but obviously it's not listed there. Is that?
All right, so can we amend it to include Board of Education?
I have no issue with that. Yeah, I from a legal standpoint, I have no issue inserting next to municipal elected office, including Board of Education members, if that clarification was addressed.
I'll second with the amendment.
Okay.
I'm okay with that, Mike, too. I'd like to extend the tail, though, to 2 years.
To two, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
The tail to 2 years.
Okay.
Because the tail only have 1 year after their term. I'd like to extend it to 2.
I think it should be 2 years for all,
Politicians.
well, that goes for county, state,
Yeah,
federal
yeah,
elected
it's written.
officials. That's the whole, everybody.
So the recommendation is to go from 1 year to 2 year, and you want to include, I just want to understand, you want to include the Board of Ed members.
Just to clarify that they're.
Just to clarify that they're.
They're elected.
Okay.
Okay, let me.
Okay, so I guess a motion, are you making a motion, Committeeman, to
Second that.
introduce as amended?
Introduce as amended first.
Yep, so this, Committeeman Nicholas's introduction motion is on the table for seconding.
Second.
Okay.
Roll call.
Mr. Bontempo?
Yes.
Mr. Catali?
Yes.
Mr. Nicholas?
Yes.
Dr. Pascucci?
Yes.
Mayor Hines?
Yes. Ordinance of the Township authorizing the acquisition of the property identified in the tax map, Township of Holmdel, Block 57, Lot 2, by negotiated purchase and eminent domain.
You just read it. That would.
Sorry.
Would be ordinance 2019-07.
Motion?
So, okay, that was what we were, okay.
Yes.
Yes, a second that.
Roll call.
Mr. Bontempo?
I'm a no.
Mr. Catali?
Recuse myself from that since it involves affordable housing.
Mr. Nicholas?
Yes.
Dr. Pascucci?
Yes.
Mayor Hines?
Yes. Departments, admin, chief.
No issues.
Nice way of work, chief. And I appreciate you coming home from Atlantic City. Spend time with us.
No problem.
Time well spent. CFO.
I have no issues tonight.
Do we need to make a motion on that, Thomas? Michael?
I discussed with the CFO that we'll talk offline and have that all squared away for the next meeting.
Great, thank you. Legal, Mike? Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Earlier in executive session, the Township Committee recessed to discuss personnel matters as permitted under the Open Public Meetings Act, and we apologize for the delay in getting down here because of that. With respect to this personnel matter, there was no waiver of the Rice notices, so the discussion was held in executive session, and the committee cannot discuss anything in public session here today because of that. On the table I'll set forth for the committee is a resolution disciplining the Township Human Resources Director. Each of the committee members has a copy of the resolution. In relevant part, it provides for a penalty of suspension without pay of 5 days against the Township Human Resources Director based upon the findings discussed at this meeting of the Township Committee in executive session. It delegates authority to the Township Attorney and the Acting Township Administrator to take the steps necessary to effectuate the foregoing, including the filing of proper notices in accordance with the Civil Service Act. The committee also provided that the Acting Township Administrator will work to take steps to afford professional development, and this resolution has a severability clause and will take effect immediately, and that's before the governing body for consideration.
Thank you, Mike. Anything else from legal?
No.
Engineer? Brandon?
No specific report.
Mayor, if that's the resolution, if the committee wants to take the action tonight, we would have to proceed with it.
Okay, motion. Need a second?
Second.
Okay, this is a,
Roll call.
okay.
Mr. Bontempo?
Greg?
Mr. Bontempo?
Greg? He's gone.
This vote.
We'll see.
Mine just hit reload.
Yeah. Mike?
No.
The document. Just wait, I just want to see. Hi, you're back? Okay. Sorry about that.
Greg, we're in the middle of a roll call vote on a resolution disciplining the Township Human Resources Director.
So this is, suspension 5 days, okay?
That's correct.
Yeah,
Mr. Bontempo?
He said yes.
Yes. Mr. Catali?
Yes.
Mr. Nicholas?
No.
Dr. Pascucci?
Yes.
Mayor Hines?
No, abstain.
And at 3 votes, it passes.
Engineer, nothing. Business from the committee. Start on this side. I always start with Rocco. Tom? All right, I'll start with Rocco.
All right. just
Well, I'm
an
kidding.
update.
I'm just
No,
kidding.
go, you go. You got a big one.
So we made a press release today. We concluded our recreation improvement plan. I'm sure most of the people in the audience has seen that press release. If not, it should be on the website. This committee has committed, as you know, over the last 18 months to improving and enhancing the recreation facilities in this town. So we've agreed to spend $2.2 million, and the list is available for everyone. If they have any questions, I'm here during public session. We can talk further about it. Thank you, Mayor.
Mike, you got anything?
Just that the Rutgers Water Resource Team was here last week, and they gave a presentation before the Environmental Commission. Sila was kind enough to record that, and it's up on their YouTube page. They are putting out instruments and water measuring implements in the coming days and weeks, and we hope to have another finalized report in the fall.
Thank you. Rock?
We're waiting for the engineer, the architect's report on the switch for the firehouse first aid. Probably won't have it back till around July 4th. When we get it back, we'll bring it before the committee. We'll discuss it, but we're waiting for the price and the drawings on the firehouse and first aid switch. So we'll get that to you as soon as we can, probably next meeting.
And for the benefit, because I know this is a little bit larger crowd than last week, and I don't know if it got a lot of press, but the consideration is to take the old first aid building, eventually really knock that down, build a brand new first aid building, convert the current first aid fire to fire only. And part of the ask from the fire department is to take one of the bays on Centerville and also give that to the fire. So fire would gain a bay down in Centerville. They would have their own firehouse centrally located, and we would customize a new building for first aid. Rocco and I visited a number of different locations, spent a considerable amount of time, and with the access to the parkway right there at the art center, no neighbors, we felt strongly, being that it's our own property, would not cost us any money, that depending the price and the architectural design was the best alternative. With that being said, I'll open it up to the public. Public? Seeing, wow. You're making me very nervous there. I was ready to adjourn.
Ron Emma, 32 Ladwood Drive. Dr. Pascucci, could you give us an update on the new fire truck that was supposedly being ordered? Has it been ordered?
I can't. I've been in touch with the fire chief, but he's away for the week, so next meeting I can have that. I don't have it for you tonight.
So
Okay.
Bill, I don't want to speak totally out of turn, but I'm pretty certain that we need to bond before we can even order that. Is that accurate?
Yeah. We have to have an ordinance first.
Right. So, no, I don't believe you can order it without the bond. Am I right or wrong?
No, we need authorization, and the bond will give us the authorization to order it.
Okay, so the bond.
Well, the ordinance. We have to have the ordinance first. The ordinance will give us the authorization to go out and purchase it.
Okay.
And realistically, we're looking at 2 meetings then, so that would
Be the end of July.
But the money's there for the fire truck and the necessary equipment.
Well, I mean, the capital, the budget that was adopted for this year anticipates bonding for that amount, but the bond needs to be issued in order for the money to be there.
The existing first aid that we're going to convert to fire, is that building going to be knocked down and rebuilt? Or is it just going to be renovated in the footprint that it's standing now?
So I think it needs to be bigger. We walked it, as much as it has some good bones, there was a fire there. It's unlikely that you would rehab that building. There's plenty of space there. Take out the trees. We own all that land directly behind the post office. So I think we can do something pretty special. So in my opinion, it would be knocked down.
And there'll be drive-through bays.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And hopefully, like Eric said, we can get this done. And when we bond for the fire truck, I'd like to, if we have a good report from the architect, we can bond for that too.
Yeah. But ideally, you
For
want
everything.
now that we're AAA rated, we'd want to bundle it all and do it in one shot. It's more efficient.
So So when will you bond for the fire truck?
I think the legal's being, I would say over the next 2 to 3 sessions.
Thank you.
Jen? It's flip-flop night, I didn't get the memo.
I'm going to get you there. You keep